in spirit, if we're all in a house here, they want me to hear the truth here before I go to the outside world. They feel that's their role as family, is to just let you have it, make you as sharp as you can be, make you the best you can be. And if they're wrong, you shrug it off. We talked about self-esteem before. We've talked about the monk and hitman, right? So you're building up this high self-esteem so you can kind of take these, just blasts of truth all of the time. Have you ever felt that you were a little different? Me too. My father was an ex-Catholic priest who had a PhD in theology, spoke multiple languages, and read a book a day. My mom was a hardworking, oldest of 9 with a master's in English and an ex-Catholic nun. My brother went to the #1 high school in the world, Phillips Exeter Academy, and my sister went to Harvard. Then there was me, the dyslexic middle child, super confident with a chip on my shoulder, so I got into a lot of fights. I love sports and being on a team. It took a while, but I got my degree. I knew early on that my path would be unorthodox, and I needed to learn from the brilliance around me and to develop my own hard-hitting instincts. Now, after 25 years transforming Fortune 500 companies, I'm sharing how I became half monk and half hitman to help others to be balanced high performers in business and in your life. Hello everyone, welcome to HunterX. My name is John Hunter. We are embarking on a journey together to just go through all the wins and losses and knowledge and successes and all kinds of crazy crap that's happened over the last 25 years working in these large companies and coming from the family that I've come from. I hope you get something out of it. And, again, my promise to you is not to take too much of your time doing it. Hopefully you'll find it a little bit funny and applicable. And if this voice resonates with you, terrific, stay tuned. So today we're going to talk about a real simple metaphor, but a metaphor that you may have some experience and familiarity with, and that is the Irish kitchen. So I mentioned a little bit in the intro about my parents, right? My dad was this crazy smart PhD in theology, Irish descent, south side of Chicago. His wife, my mom, Marge Hunter, oldest of 9, went on to be a great student, was a Catholic nun, which freaks people out, but it's true, for a lot of years, and really comes from this large family dynamic. And for those on the listening, not viewing, I'm going to show a picture now. It's just a picture of what a large family looks like. So that's the Irish kitchen. That's actually my grandfather right there, Francis. He was a policeman. This was on the front page of the Chicago Tribune. That's my mom right there in the corner. It's Margaret, my mom, who's now 84 years old. And, as these people grew up and grew bigger and more profound in their lives, they became my aunts and uncles. So any of you that have come from large families, the next, topic should really hit home to you. So what's it like having that kind of family, that kind of dynamic, with aunts and uncles so close together, who've also come from adversity? As you can tell, there's not a lot of money in that photo. When you're a policeman trying to feed 9 kids, it was tough. So you have this resilient, very direct cultural atmosphere growing up in those families. Now I live in Arizona, so I didn't get it as much as others in the family, but it was still, I got it, right? When we would see aunts and uncles, we would get, hey, John, you're losing your hair, which I clearly have. Why have you called your mother back? Why don't you come visit us more often? Your shirt's untucked, your tie's not on straight. And later in life, so have you guys familiar with this? You would just get blasted with their opinion all of the time. There was never any filter. No one ever held back. And I'm talking mostly about the aunts. Not sure why, if it's the Irish thing. But later in life, when my wife met them with me and we were starting to date, she would see this interaction. She was just horrified. Oh my God, I can't believe they talk to you this way. And I had to look at her and tell her, I was like, hey, honey, don't worry about it. They're not trying to kill me. They actually love me. I have safety with them, which is why they're telling me exactly how they feel. Because in spirit, if we're all in a house here, they want me to hear the truth here before I go to the outside world. They feel that's their role as family, is to just let you have it, make you as sharp as you can be, make you the best you can be. And if they're wrong, you shrug it off. We talked about self-esteem before. We've talked about the monk and hitman, right? So you're building up this high self-esteem so you can kind of take these, just blasts of truth all of the time. And what do? You do check your tie. You do kind of think for a moment about your hair. You do think about calling your mom. And then if you're doing it, you don't over rotate on it. You just move on. But what did I realize? I did that because I had safety. They were my family. I've known them since I was born. I knew that they cared about me 1000%. My wife, on the other hand, did not have that safety. So I've thought a lot about that as we built teams and worked in these large corporate environments. I've always been after safety. I've been after trust because I want to say some things that are direct. I want to tell my people, that proposal is no good. You can do better than that. These activity levels, the preparedness on the project, whatever. But you can tell if you don't have it, you can't be as direct. You just can't. People don't know if they can trust you. People don't know if you care about them, especially if you're taking on a big brand new job. It's really important. So I mentioned this before about metaphors. A key takeaway from today is, again, use the Irish kitchen or anything like it as a teaching model for your family, your friends, or your people that you care about. One of the things it does is disarms all of us, because all of a sudden we're talking about some people nobody knows, but in their minds, they know people like them. I'm sure you guys all have people like my aunts and uncles, from maybe not from Chicago, maybe they're not Irish, but they're similar. So now your mind's going differently. And also we're bonding right now. You're going, okay, this guy is not some weird glasses wearing guy who I've never, I don't understand anything he's about. You were getting a little bit of synergy about a topic. So now trust is starting to build. So go ahead and use it in your life. What's your story? What kind of family environment did you have, or someone else or borrow someone else's, borrow mine. It will work as long as you teach it authentically. And secondly, really strive for that safety. If you're out there giving direct feedback, you're blasting people with your emotional feelings on a topic, whether it be at home with a spouse, with a community leader on a school project, or maybe you're a booster club president. I've done that job. I've seen the same thing happen, right? We come in hot, we come in emotionally fired up, we feel good, we got something off our chest, but we didn't have safety. So it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't hit home. So whether you use the Irish kitchen or you use other techniques, active listening, using tools like this, we want to go for safety. The more safety you get, the more authentic you can get. Ultimately, this is what we want for change. Change, the people in our lives will view change as loss. As long as we're going after safety, we're using the Irish kitchen, and we're then bringing that those people along with us. That is where you're going to have the best productivity, because now your people are going to go, oh, wait a minute. I get what he's saying now. I trust him or her. So now I'm going to set my past mindset aside, and I'm going to start listening to whatever the heck's coming out of my mouth. Before that happens, odds are what's coming out of your mouth is going in one ear, out the other. So, and ultimately, test of that was my wife, who ultimately over time got it with my aunts and uncles. Never quite got as well as I would like, but understood where it was coming from, and it took away her fear of being in with my aunts and uncles. So that is the March Hunter Irish Kitchen story. I've used it in my life. I've used it at work. You can go find a bunch of my people all over the world. And I will end on this. You know what was the most exciting thing to see after using it on a culture change for a multi-billion-dollar company was watching people put their own family examples into their teachings. It didn't become mine. it became the Israeli kitchen, the Italian kitchen, the Polish kitchen, all over the world, with people trying to show their vulnerability and their experiences to teach others to build that safety so we can conduct change, so we can grow. Hope this makes sense to you today. It's the Irish kitchen. It's your kitchen. It's your life. It's success through people. And that's how we're going here on HunterX. Hope you liked it. Tune in next time. See you soon.